Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome to another edition of the Week in Geek. And guess what? All those cities and everything that got snow, one of my friends was snowed into his hotel that he worked at for like 3 or 4 days because he was in Louisiana where they got like 10 inches of snow and they absolutely didn't know what to do with it. Yeah, you know how much snow we got over here? 0. No, it's just cold as hell outside, but that's about it. So, we were saved from the snowpocalypse, I guess. Kind of a bummer, but, I like snow. Snow's fun. Texas doesn't really like snow because, it does things like mess up our power structure for some reason because we're really not geared for lots and lots of snow. We're kind of geared for lots and lots of hot, which we get lots of that. I mean, seriously, I if I ever invite Grim down here in the summertime, I'm just going to have to, kind of create some kind of a box air conditioning and cooling unit for him to walk around outside in. Otherwise, the sun is going to hit him and he's going to immediately evaporate into a cloud of dust like a vampire or something. But yeah, there's the weather. Yeah, I'm not really a weatherman. This isn't really a weather channel. This is T-shirted historians channel, man. This is we do everything. We do pop culture, right? Everybody's talking about the death of gaming channels. Well, I could have predicted that because you can only outrage click for so long. You can only give good DM advice for so long. Even our Dungeons and Discussions that I have with Grim only run through the summer for 2-3 months. And sometimes we're struggling to put together show ideas because it's kind of like, well, what can we touch on that is really relevant and culturally, important to TTRPG gamers, right? And other than that, all we're doing is, for the most part, we're just watching Wizards of the Coast stumble over their own feet and screw things up. And it's not like we need to tell you that they've screwed things up. You already know it because we've told you. Everybody else has told you. Their sales numbers, I don't know what they look like, but they can't be good. Because even the old 5th edition diehards are not necessarily embracing the new stuff, which is kind of what we knew would happen. It's they've created an edition war within their own house. Which is funny because the last time they did that, it was with 3.0 and 3.5. And I don't remember people being quite as reticent to transition from 3.0 to 3.5. I'm sure there was quite a few holdouts, but just speaking from my own personal experience, we transitioned to 3.5 pretty easily, and we still sold plenty of 3.5 books at the store I worked at, so... granted, this little microcosm of my impression of what happened between 3.0 and 3.5 is just my personal experience. I'm pretty sure the 3.5 to Pathfinder 1 crowd was quite a bit more significant because a lot of people didn't seem to like 4th edition very much. Not that I blame them. I mean, yeah, it had its good points here and there, and there's a lot of defenders of 4th edition. I'm not really one of them. I played it once. I found the format to be very video gamey and not in a good way. Pretty much they turned it into a board game. So it wasn't very interesting to me. Only played it a few times. So Pathfinder 1, 3.5, 3.0, that was my things. And I wasn't even going to get into 5th edition, but a gaming group kind of talked me into playing. I went to sit at their table, and so I had to learn 5th edition. So I got to play 5th edition, and that's the only reason I played it. Of course, after I bought all the books, that gaming group broke up, so I was stuck with a bunch of 5th edition books. Yay me. And shortly thereafter, Tasha's and all the other mess that followed started coming out, and at that point, I was very, very happy that I really wasn't playing 5th edition because it was pretty clear that they had completely lost the ball at that point. And so far, from all the horror stories I've been seeing and reading in the 2024 editions, they have pretty much kicked that ball down a dark road going into a cave where, it says free candy on the sign outside. Interpret that how you will. But it seems like with a lot of the DEI stuff being overturned and defunded and basically removed, I wonder how that is going to affect everything. I'm seriously wondering if somehow D&D is going to get rebuilt again and changed. I mean, consider this. 5th edition, when it started out, was a decent, solid system. I mean, yeah, it had its problems, but it was. I mean, it wasn't necessarily geared towards any particular, how do I put this delicately? Any particular individual bent, I guess. Whereas it was pretty obvious who they were courting as an audience as later editions came out. Or I should say later add-ons came out, like Tasha's and all the mess that followed it. So I wonder if they're going to take 2024 and change course with it and start releasing some books that maybe, I don't know, start fixing it a little bit. Maybe, a little bit less wimpiness and a little bit more solidity to, ideas like, you're there to kill monsters and stuff and not there to bake goods and stuff. And speaking of which, I did something crazy. I proposed an idea to my gaming group. I haven't gotten a response from everybody yet, but we saw an article about all these different ideas for how to have a 5th edition game that is more slice of life, as they put it. Well, this is really something I should probably bring my panel on for. I don't want to jump into this by myself since my game group is part of this. So here we go. Let's get them in here. We've got Grim. We've got Caster.
Hello.
Hello. We've got Shanatsky. And we got a surprise guest today, ladies and gentlemen. We got a surprise guest. We have Dash Attack VTuber.
Hey!
Hey, it's good to see you, bud.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
I'm so sorry we missed you on Tuesday, man. That was some rough stuff going on there, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, do you play any D&D or?
Oh yeah, I've been playing. Like I played in college, and then I was playing 5th edition at my my game shop. Thought I was quitting. Then unfortunately, I almost did not get that stupid ass rule book. I was like, it was just way too like. I'm not happy with like
the changes.
Yeah.
I think you're in good company because there's a lot of other 5th edition faithful who don't appear to be happy with the 2024 rule books.
He's also playing in my weekly OSE game.
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. I didn't even know you had an OSE game.
Yeah, I've kind of made some passing mention of it, but I probably haven't really hit on the fact that it is an OSC game too often. But yeah, that's been going for the last, I think we started probably September, October.
Wow. So you're pretty well underway.
Yeah. And the only downside right now is my map making program just crapped out on me. And the map I've been using for the last like 4 or 5 months, I cannot load. So I have to start fresh.
Well, are you doing OSE basic or advanced?
Advanced.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool.
But now I know how to do roads and maps on it now. So we got some improvements.
All right. Okay. Well, let me throw this question out to the panel out here. Okay, guys. So apparently the trend that they're wanting to push players in D&D for now is slice of life stories, wherein combat is like lessened to the point where it's almost non-existent, and you're more focused on day-to-day problems like stopping a carnival from shutting down, or getting ingredients for a pie, or running your business, or dating or whatever. I mean,
Oh God.
yeah. So what do you guys think about all this?
Well,
Take it
I
from
suppose. I guess we should. Who should? Draymond should go ahead and start.
Okay, just play a different game. D&D isn't built for that in any edition, including the current one. It doesn't have any systems or anything that support that style of play. It's the wrong tool for that job. So play something else.
Would you suggest Ryutama over that?
Yeah, why not? That's more suited for that sort of thing. That's very focused on travel. But there are plenty of cozy games out there, rules light games that focus on those sorts of unimportant adventures and slice of life stuff.
Yep.
I think it's a hard genre to do at the table, because if you look at something like slice of life anime, it's often very nicely drawn and there's all the landscapes and everything, and all we've got is language. You describe a scene once. It's hard to keep up that level of charm and descriptive power through a game. So that's another drawback. But play something else.
I mean, I kind of think of it as almost like if you want to play like slice of life TTRPGs, I guess the first thing you need to do is just load up on everything that's Miyazaki and just watch all of it. Like, drown yourself in Miyazaki stuff. Except for maybe Grave of the Fireflies. Don't watch that one.
No, but I kind of largely agree with you, Grin. There, you basically hit it on the head. That the main issue is that D&D just is not built for that. Everything with the mechanics is just geared toward and oriented at combat. Like everything about fifth edition, especially, is just how can we get into battle and how many more skills and abilities can you get that are going to be able to buff up your ability to combat more. Hit the mook on the head and roll the funny math rocks to do more damage.
Oddly enough, I think 3.0, 3.5 was slightly better for that than 5th edition. And the only reason I say this is because my friends and I, we got a book fresh off the shelf, and it was all about running the commoner class. Not like the warrior and the NPC commoner and all this other stuff as a regular class. And they had like rat catcher and all this other stuff. And it had levels and everything. So for fun, we all built like just everyday ordinary characters, and we didn't tell our DM we were going to do that. So, we all show up at the table with our characters, and the DM starts the adventure up, and we're just kind of looking at each other like, well, let me see. I have to see what kind of tools I got here. I got my little terrier and stuff. I'm a gong farmer, you see. And my other friend was a lawyer, and our other friend was a butcher. So it was kind of like the DM was just like, what the hell is this?
Like a slice of life adventure kind of like defeats the whole purpose of even having a class, and a lot of the skill checks are about like survival and adventuring. If you're just solving everyday problems and just role playing out a day, like you could do that in a normal campaign. Like you have downtime. Like right now, my character in Ironcaster's campaign is working on building a house.
Right. I have a weird opinion on downtime. On the one hand, it's like I understand that it is necessary to push the time along, but at the same time, there are elements of downtime that can be fun to roleplay. Like, if your character is going to go out and buy supplies or get involved with something, there's opportunities for you to throw in things that can affect the game. But yeah, if they're just out there, building a house, I'm not just going to sit there and make people skill check that. Okay, 2 hours pass by, roll your build check.
The only way this can work is if you basically do it where the slice of life is basically the life beforehand. So basically character's a teacher, and then he finds out he has magic cancer, so he resorts to brewing potions, and then that starts the conflict. Yeah.
We're gonna make a new.
Husenberg.
We're gonna make a new product. Blue potions.
Jesse, we have to alchemy.
We have to have completely sterilized conditions, Jesse. That means we have to eliminate all of the ankegs.
Tell
would
me
be
you wouldn't
fun,
want to
though.
play that campaign.
Actually, that would be awesome. You know, because the last time I tried to propose a villain campaign, or at least a very shady characters / villain campaign, I had one character who just adamantly balked, or one player adamantly balked against it. I didn't want to play that. Okay. I guess we can't play that then, because it's like, there's no point making a character and then just everybody in the game just, kill this one guy for being too much of a goody-goody.
You are not the guy. You're not even a warlock.
Yep. I mean, it's
You are not the one yet.
You mentioned 3rd edition, but weirdly, I think 4th edition would be better suited because of the extended challenge rules, which worked really well for that sort of thing.
Okay, well, there is that. I mean, 4th edition. You want to talk about like hand waving stuff? I remember our DM basically was kind of like, okay, you guys go back into town. Okay, what are y'all gonna get? Okay, and you come back to the dungeon. And I was just like, what?
Yeah, 4th edition was weird. I played it. I did not like the magic system.
Just makes me think that it would basically just turn into like Seinfeld, the RPG.
It's an adventure about nothing.
He's a raider, Jerry. A raider? A raider. What's he raiding for?
I have
He's
no idea.
waiting for raiding, Jerry.
Waiting for raiding, yeah.
He's a waiter raider? He's a waiter raider.
No health potion for you.
No health potion for you, yes. Yeah, Archer calling D&D the shopping trip. Oh man, I hate shopping trip RP so much. That's like please just kill me now. I don't want to play shopping trip RP.
Right, but that's basically what Slice of Life is. It's all shopping trip all the time, all soft RP.
Mm-hmm.
No, Slice of Life would be you would be in line to get to the shop, and the entire session would just be waiting to get into the shop.
That's only fun if, like, your setting is like Soviet Russia or something. And so, comrade, you are outside. Temperature is -5. There are 15 people in front of you. What do you do?
I roll my queuing endurance.
Roll Constitution save.
Yes.
My character's British, so I get a
reroll.
+2.
Yes, we do have a racial bonus for queuing.
My character will attempt to engage in frottering for warmth. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. Ironcaster's going to do it now.
I know what it is.
Okay. Savo, it's good to see you. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think parts of Slice of Life RP works, but not. I don't want it. It shouldn't be the focus of the game, and unfortunately, a lot of times I'm seeing that not only be suggested, but I've actually had to engage in it a few times where I'm just, sitting at the table. The other characters are getting involved with, buying a house and filling it with stuff and buying things. And I'm just, as a player, I'm sitting there just falling asleep in my chair because I'm just kind of like, do we get to kill something yet? and then everybody gets mad at me because I decide, okay, I'm tired of this. So I, grab like the nearest NPC and start wailing on them. And I'm bored.
I'd accept a Slice of Life game if I could play a serial killer.
Yeah, I mean, That's basically about the only way I could do it. Is kind of like, okay, well, don't be surprised if the chaos gods keep demanding sacrifices of me. At least that's the voice in my head telling me that's who it is.
That or do like
Nice pleasure.
Hannibal,
Do it.
where you just slowly work on trying to corrupt people into cannibalism.
Oh, that would actually be a really fun slice of life story. It's like, yeah, you buy a storefront and you kidnap people and turn them into meat pies and then sell them in the front and try not to get caught. That would be a great. Everybody would enjoy that slice of life story.
Set it in Hobbiton.
Yes. Oh, that's even better.
Well, you stop and look at the new edition with what they're doing with the home bases. And it seems like that is what they're really trying to shift and convert 5e into, because I don't know. I guess I guess they think that there's. I'm guessing what happened was they put out those surveys, and they have this small percentage of the audience that really wants rules for that, but the system's really not intended to be run that way. So they're just trying to ham-fist in the Bastion rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really
I don't know.
half-assed.
Why don't they just make it a separate book with like separate rules that's optional?
Archer says, trying to be fair, if people want to play slice of life games, okay. It's when the creators of previously adventuring games push their stuff as slice. Yeah.
Or Al's fucking Swearington. Run a saloon, prostitutes, and murder anyone that tries to control your life. There you go.
Uh-huh.
Like, didn't they release a 5e book that was just basically like woke Hogwarts going to the prom and shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the magic settings. Yeah.
They released the coffee shop one too, so.
Sapo has a good point. Sapo has a good point. I love the slice of life writing that our RPG group does to describe the time between sessions. Sometimes there are the most challenging role-playing and character development we do. Yeah. And that is part of what slice of life is good for. I'm not saying slice of life is totally bad. I'm just saying having it be your focus of your game is a little bit not workable, I think.
How much of this do you reckon is coming up as sort of a counteraction to the whole the homeless, orphan murder hobo trope that we saw for too long, of characters who just have no backstory and they just want to go out and kill monsters?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, even at my own table, we have two guys who are diametrically opposed to one another. We have one guy who always wants to get a base so he can build stuff, magic stuff, all day long. And that's all he wants to do is build magic stuff all day long. And the only reason he ventures out to go do something besides building magic stuff all day long is because he needs money to do it. Whereas the other guy never wants to set down roots anywhere. He's constantly on the lookout for the next place to go. It's like you can't even get anything to happen in a town because, he just doesn't want to stay there very long unless it's got something in there that, exquisitely interests him.
Ale and whores.
Yeah, basically. I mean, and he has a particular type. So there you go. Come visit my magical realm. But I mean, I'm not gonna kink shame anybody because that's everybody's got their thing. Everybody's got their thing. Okay, and it's been said more than once that TTRPG gaming is a form of wish fulfillment fantasy. So it's crazy, but I think part of the fantasy for me is being able to get 8 hours of sleep consistently, wake up and be healthy, and being able to do mundane tasks without pain.
Our arcane pimp, cast mage hand the smack a bitch.
I mean,
Big B's big backhand.
Yeah, Big B's big backhand.
I cast diarrhea on you. I don't know. I don't know. What?
I am curious what new books they're going to release for new D&D.
Yeah, we're all kind of holding our breath and trying not to snicker. I mean, some of the stuff that was in the monster manual already has people going, "What is this?" I mean, like male succubi and
Yeah, why
male
they have to make
dryads.
succubi and incubi gender neutral? That was never a problem. Nobody
Yeah.
complained.
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
kidding.
if you want to make a third non-binary one, like go ahead. Like, don't like just erase like two very iconic monsters.
Basically, yeah. And I mean, and dryads, I mean, okay, I am obviously not a botanist, so I can't tell you for sure if there are male and female trees. I want to say there are, but I don't really know. There are male and female flowers.
I remember this from science class. Well, yeah, like they do. It does work. I think like some seeds, the pollinations, like there is like a male and female like pollinations when trees like their form of sex, like when the seeds, something like that.
Yeah, well, that's why we get hay fever, because they're, spreading their pollen everywhere. Let me show you my love.
Non-consensual
man.
plant bukkake.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's like, yeah, you know that stuff you're choking on? Yeah, that's plant cum.
Oh God.
I do think, just based on popularity success, we'll probably see within the first year alone either a re-release or a new edition of like Curse of Strahd, or we'll see.
Oh God, not
because-
again!
More Strahd.
Well, hear me out. Just based on the idea that because Curse of Strahd is probably one of the best-selling modules for the entire thing, just the popularity of that, it makes sense that they'll probably do something like
that. And Tomb of Annihilation are like one of the hardest modules they've ever released for 5e, from what I understand.
So it'll be the Curse of Strahd's dance high school.
Hey! You've already seen that Offspring of Strahd book they brought out, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh God, they're gonna Twilight. They're gonna fucking Twilight.
Yep.
Yeah, Strahd's evil, but his kid's just a brutally misunderstood vampire, and you can maybe
I hate you, Dad.
to him.
How's he have a kid in the first place? He's kind of a vampire. Are we gonna realm into some Twilight territory and stuff?
No. Oh. We're gonna get an Alucard.
Oh, a Dampier.
Yeah.
Well, he could fall in love. If I remember right, couldn't Strahd fall in love with a female companion? Like, I'm trying to remember something that happened in that module originally. Like, he could actually fall in love with one of the players, if I remember right.
Well, that's the thing. I never played the module. I've always wanted to.
So one of the other predictions I'm kind of making is we may in fact see a new take on Castle Greyhawk, because they put Greyhawk into the new Dungeon Master's Guide, and if it's kind of playing off of the 50th anniversary, they want to put out all that big stuff. So,
Greyhawk, you mean the thing where everything is black and white, and like every monster is basically an irredeemable like human supremacist like wet dream. Oh my God! They are. Oh my God! I did a Greyhawk adventure. Like there's no way that's not getting screwed over.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there'll be a kinder, gentler Greyhawk with
It just doesn't sound very Greyhawk.
Unless they're men's rights activists, in which case they're evil no matter what, according to wizards.
I mean, you've already seen the pictures of the cuddly beholder, so the pink one.
Yeah, I saw that in the Babylon Bee skit.
Yeah.
It's basically going to be that one episode of The Simpsons when they did the parody of the Twilight Zone episode with the plane, but it was on the bus, and Bart successfully gets it off, and then immediately Ned Flanders comes around. And he just picks up like, oh my God. And then Twice I was like, oh, he tried to claw my eyes out. That's what they're going to turn Greyhawk into.
Yeah, pretty much. And speaking of Alucard.
Oh my God, he's here.
No, I watched season 2 of Castlevania Nocturne.
No.
I know.
Why do you hate yourself that much?
Because I already watched the first season, and I was just kind of like, it can't get any worse, can it?
I am so proud of stopping at season 2 of the original Castlevania show.
Season 2 was the high point of that show. It just kind of went downhill from there. Although Malcolm McDowell as the Grim Reaper, that was the best.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you didn't talk like a 14-year-old just found 4chan.
Yeah, basically, that was my problem with that too. Is I'm kind of like, why is he speaking like? I mean, this is supposed to be like the austere personage of death, and he's like basically sitting here talking about putting things in people's anuses in a painful manner. So.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yep. I mean,
you got anything else to say, Death? No.
Yeah. Kind of like what I imagine Grim sounds like after he's had way too many beers. But...
Well, I don't drink beer, so.
Well, anyway,
liquors.
Let's see. I want to know, how did they fuck up Nocturne this season?
Okay. Well, they continue the Annette, who is black and a slave story. They also, they also have a bunch of French. They also have the French Revolution where they're beheading people, and apparently everybody's happy about that because it's a good thing. Yeah. Let's see. They have a group of French soldiers who are actually trying to protect all these people who are guillotining other people, and it's like, oh, we're here to protect you. And somehow, inexplicably, there is a female French officer leading a group of French troops.
Yep.
Yeah. So the girl power continues. And yes, that character eventually gets turned into a monster who is beautiful and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, it's like the girl power is so incredibly overpowered in this show that, it makes all the male characters look kind of ridiculous. Except Alucard, who, his voice actor is so damn good. It's like every single line the dude says is like the most awesome scenery chewing piece of awesomeness ever. It's like basically, if you cut everything else out of the film and all you do is keep Alucard in it, it becomes a good show. But Richter barely ever uses his whip. Instead, he decides that since he's got a headband on, he's going to be Ryu and shoot fireballs and dragon punch everybody and all this other crap with his super duper light powers. And
if it's set during the French Revolution, there were quite a lot of female soldiers during the Revolution. And then the
uniformed ones?
Yeah, uniformed ones.
Really?
Up until about 1820, I think, and then they kind of put a stop to it. So
okay. So not as ridiculous as I thought.
Yeah, so I know like the Castlevania shows really push on the church bad thing, but do we at least see Richter shoot crucifixes out of the ground? Like in the game?
I don't remember.
I guess not. Oh, that would have been too cool.
That would have been too cool.
No, they said it was right angles, if I remember right. That's why vampires hate crowds. They hate right angles.
They hate right angles.
Which is so dumb, considering that like their castles are made up of bricks that are, nothing but right angles.
Mm-hmm. Their coffins are, not necessarily right angles, but they're right angles in some spots. I mean, nothing in that show really made a whole lot of sense to begin with. And they're already, the producer or the writers of it are already saying, there's a possibility we could get a season 3. There's so much more of the Castlevania universe to explore. And I'm just kind of like, no, please don't.
They've already fucked everything up because they already got rid of Dracula. Like, you can't have Soma because Soma's like, we'll trap Dracula in a body so that way he can't keep coming back.
Yeah,
after we defeat him for the
end
final
of the
time.
Series.
Well, then you just have then you just give them license to do the Kid Dracula video game.
Yeah,
yes,
and
that exists.
Symphony of the Night. Shaft's trying to resurrect Dracula, which is also what he was trying to do in fucking Rondo of Blood in the first place. So that whole storyline can't exist.
Yeah, well, like I said, Richter is so screwed up by this show anyway, and they messed up Annette because she was originally supposed to be Richter's sweetheart and all this, and now she's
just supposed to be a damsel you save in the tower, and they made her this strong, independent slave woman.
Who has all kinds of powers and Loa and all this other stuff, and that I wasn't even interested in. I was just kind of like, can we just fast forward through all this stuff? It has nothing to do with Castlevania lore. It's not even interesting. This is some made up, writer wanking all over the pages because he read a book.
Isn't Maria like happy her father dies or some crazy shit like that? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, she is. She's very happy that her father dies because her father was an evil person.
That sounds like the church guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maria being a psychopath. It just sounds typical Netflixvania.
Yeah. God forbid that a woman finds a hot guy and decides to run off after him. Can't have that. That would take away from her agency.
Dads are bad.
Oh, and the pink-haired vampire chick that Alucard killed at the end of the first season is brought back to life using the Forge Master's machine, so she becomes like super duper powerful, invincible to daylight, and not necessarily a vampire. And eventually, it's found out that she was actually the priestess of Sekhmet, and had all this power and stuff because she chose to turn on men and kill them, and she's the one who actually gave all the power to Elizabeth Bathory. So the white Elizabeth Bathory woman was empowered by a black woman. And
God, that's fucking bloodlines, and that doesn't even have anything to do with Rondo of Blood.
And as the series progresses towards the end, she eventually takes all that power back and becomes like, super black, Forge Master monster chick. And eventually gets taken down by Annette, who is possessed by you know what? It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
That sounds even worse than season 1.
It was.
Remember, this guy's doing Devil May Cry. You can just imagine how well that's going to treat Dante.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, Adi Shankar just does whatever he wants, like, when he gets an IP. He just, like, but he's actually, like, kind of nice. He actually, like, commented on one of my videos once, and he was kind of nice. And he's actually trying to get canceled for attending the inauguration. I don't know what he was doing there, but yeah, apparently he attended the inauguration, and now leftists are trying to cancel him.
Oh, well, I mean, who aren't they trying to cancel these days?
Yeah, I mean, like, he deconstructs video games so well. I mean, why do they hate him? Just because he attended a party?
I mean,
it's just a bare-funded Uwe Boll.
Oh,
damn! I remember Uwe Boll movies. Ooh.
Oh yeah, he was the original bad video game adaptation guy.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Do you have $20? And can I film it in Romania? All right, you got a movie.
Yeah, I remember when he did the Blood Rain movie. Whenever he filmed the scene with Meatloaf in it as an old fat vampire, which Meatloaf fulfilled very well, by the way. They had actual hired prostitutes to be with him in that scene. So.
Well, you see, the thing is, Meatloaf, that was part of Meatloaf's contract. He demanded
it. Had to be. It had to be. That's all I'm thinking is like Meatloaf probably had that written into his contract, didn't he? If I do a scene, I got to do it with a bunch of really hot chicks who will have sex with me later on in my trailer.
In the Name of the King wasn't terrible.
It wasn't good. Actually, the only Uwe Boll film, there are 2 Uwe Boll films that I remember because the other ones were all so bad that my memory has managed to expunge most of them. But the first House of the Dead movie, it wasn't great, but it was a fairly competent zombie film. So I'm just kind of like, okay, it had its high parts. I can't totally crap all over that one. It was kind of fun. And the other one was, well, yeah, I'm not saying it's the best. It was stupid. I mean, it was definitely not House of the Dead, but you know, it was what it was. The other one was a film called Seed, which I don't know what the hell was going on in Uwe's mind on that one, because it's like basically the opening is all like time-lapsed images of critters decaying. So that was fun. But yeah, this serial killer, you know, named Seed, who apparently is executed and doesn't die, comes back to life, all this other stuff. And his MO is he locks people in rooms and he films them basically die slowly from starvation and stuff. So yeah, that's a really good serial killer. But he had one scene in there where, you know, Seed decides to strap this woman to a chair and basically just cave her head in with a hammer slowly. And that scene was just kind of like, wow, that's really horrifying, the way this is done. But
Because I'm Uwe Boll and I'm fucking genius.
yeah. I mean, that's all I'm thinking is just like Uwe Boll was just his whole thing on that one is, I want to show people how cool it looks when you die in slow motion as slowly as possible. Everything, all the deaths will be as slow as possible. Yes, yes, yes. Stroke harder. Yes. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, did you hear it? Did you see his pitch for episode 9 on Twitter?
No.
He said something. He was going to have like the Gunkins like team up on Rose Tico or something.
I mean,
Wait.
he couldn't possibly do any worse than was already done.
True.
I mean, if you gave him a Disney-sized budget and an IP like Star Wars, he'd probably. I mean, he can't do any worse than the Acolyte.
Neil Breen would do better than the Acolyte.
Oh God, Neil Breen with a budget would be terrifying.
Oh my God, he just scowls. It's just 90 minutes of him scowling at rich people
and walking around and CGing stuff.
Doesn't the Senate betray the people's trust? And he just wills them all to kill themselves.
Yeah. I always love in Neil Breen movies how his character is always the most powerful, unbelievably super duper god being of everyone else and is basically incapable of fault. I'm just kind of like, these movies are just basically your role-playing fetishes played out on film, aren't they? Your power fantasy.
Yes, but he also plays the most evil person ever, which is why he has an evil twin.
Yeah, his evil twin is a mustache. That's how you can tell. He's the evil twin.
Yeah, he has facial hair.
Yeah. Good's a dead giveaway. Wait a minute. Don't we all have facial hair?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I didn't shave.
Okay. I probably need to, but... Oh, boy. So, yeah. But, you know, as much as you want to crap on it, you know, Netflix apparently is worth more money than Disney now.
Ooh.
Yeah, if the stuff is true, I mean, like the last stat I saw was it was a few days ago, so it could have changed. But yeah, Netflix crossed the $400 billion market cap, and by comparison, I think it's like what Disney's like what 200 billion.
Okay, but is that because Disney's doing really badly, or just worse than Netflix, or is Netflix doing well?
Well, okay. Netflix has some advantages because, for one thing, they have one focus, and that is to make streaming services and videos for streaming services and get things in to put on their streaming service. Whereas Disney we're trying to do a streaming service. We're trying to make movies. We run theme parks, and we're trying to sell all this merch, and and in the meantime, we're putting all this money into these IPs that are being handled by absolute retards and just destroying it. So,
well, I mean, it certainly helps the fact that Netflix did just up the price of their stuff. I think it's $7.99 per month for the ad supported. Ad free is $17.99, and premium is supposed to be $25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was only for the lowest and highest price. I think the middle price stayed the same.
Yeah. Good.
Well, just the fact that like Netflix, for all their everything that we might have had to complain about them, they've been largely pretty good about the way they put stuff out. So
Yeah, not
Mhm.
everything on Netflix is bad. Like,
Yeah.
there was a time when like everything Netflix like individually made in house was shit.
Yes.
I mean, now like occasionally you do get that one really good Netflix show now.
Uh-huh. That's true. And they do get a lot of programming from South Korea. And of course, they get lots of good anime. I mean, they did Delicious in Dungeon. They did Kengan Ashura. They did Baki. They have tons and tons of anime that they're bringing in. And I think that's a lot of what their business is based on now. Is people are tuning in for the anime, and that's why they're staying, because it's all anime that you can only see on Netflix. You can't see it on Crunchyroll.
Well, it certainly helps that we've started to see more and more of these shows starting to get licensed out and swapped around. Like there's a couple of the Crunchyroll series that have wound their way over onto Netflix. So they're doing by and large what I think is a smart move, where we'll take your show for the first couple seasons, and then this other service will turn around and will basically say, hey, we have the rest of the show. If you're already hooked on the first 5 seasons, here's 5 more.
Mm-hmm. And they have taken some pretty successful IPs that didn't work on other companies. Because you remember Cobra Kai started out on YouTube, and Netflix picked it up, and they made it a huge success, which it is. I mean, there's a new Karate Kid movie in the works.
One of the fire ones is apparently the reason there was that Dexter prequel and sequel series they announced was because it came back to Netflix and then it blew up again.
Mm-hmm.
So Showtime went, yep, we're greenlighting more of this shit.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, the executives are at a loss for how to make good shows and stuff like that, or what is going to sell. So they're just kind of saying, okay, this has got traction. Let's push this, which doesn't always work, because we got Dune Prophecy, which was like girl boss in the extreme to a ridiculous level.
Well, the problem that seems to happen is that Netflix almost doesn't have an incentive to make anything great, just tolerable.
Mm-hmm.
What they have an incentive to do is to make stuff that in essence exists for a trailer, so you subscribe to Netflix to watch it. Like there's a ton of movies like that, like Damsel, or was it the Red, whatever it was, the Rock,
oh yeah,
the Wonder Woman
Santa Claus thing.
Yeah, the Santa Claus one. Like there's ones where it's just like this looks semi-interesting.
That was Amazon.
Yeah, it was Amazon. Golly, I trying to think of some other stuff. Well, they did Bright, which that got some attention, but I don't know. They do get some hits here and there, even off their Netflix originals. Yeah, then they cancel them after 2 seasons because I don't know why.
Yeah,
which makes me angry. One thing
Jupiter's Legacy deserved a 2nd season.
Well, the big issue is just they don't retain the viewership just based on how long it takes to make these shows, and we get so few episodes. So the problem is we don't get enough people to stick around for the subsequent seasons. So they basically say, well, we're not gonna make even half. We're not gonna make half of what we have now in order to do a 3rd season. It's just a big flaw in the way things are set up.
Savo.
Yeah, you get more people from new series than you were from retaining audiences for the couple of stuff you renew after like 2 or 3 seasons. There's just diminishing returns versus just trying to make a new series that might draw in more people.
But isn't that like that? It like everything, comics, books, like you lose some, but you get a loyal following for the people who stay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing that the creatives, the people making these shows, really needs to do is is recognize the Netflix model and method, and realize you can't keep sitting here and try to set up like 50,000 plot hooks to be able to promise people a 2nd season. No, this is maybe your only chance to do your story. Do it now, close it up. And then maybe you might be able to pick up a 2nd season if it does well.
That's
either that or lure. Oh, I'm sorry. Either that or lure Taylor Sheridan away from Paramount.
Yeah. Did any of you see Archive 81?
No.
Yes. but I don't remember a thing about it.
Oh, well, I mean, like that was setting up for a second season, and we're never going to get it because they canceled it. You know, but I think like you can still watch that first season on its own, even with those hooks.
Oh, sorry, Grim, what were you saying?
So, a lot of British series have always been shorter. So, like anything more than 6 episodes per season, you know, we see as a bit of a bonus, really. I think that's also why a lot of British series like Blackadder or pretty much any Black Books, you know, they stand the test of time because you just get all that quality concentrated in that handful of episodes.
Yeah, the British version of The Office was really good.
Yeah, so following that kind of model might work better.
There is a British show that I really want to see season 3 because I'm very, very into it. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Not Peaky Blinders. Yes, I like Peaky Blinders, but Gangs of London. Holy shit, that is a good show. There's only 2 seasons of it. God,
there's a third one coming.
Yeah, there's a third one coming. You need to watch it.
It looks a bit too over the top for me, so I have resisted thus far watching it.
Well, the only thing that's really over the top about it is the fact that where are they getting all these firearms from? Because it's Britain. You know, it's just kind of these guys have like fully automatic latest tech, you know, M4s and stuff. I'm just kind of like, where the hell did you get that, and how did you get it into Britain?
Well, usually from Ireland.
IRA.
Well, excuse me. Since they laid down arms, they offloaded all their guns onto the British underworld.
This deserves a Rick James.
Fuck your couch, nigga. Buy another one, you rich motherfucker. Fuck your couch, nigga. Fuck your couch. Darkness is.
There you go.
Fuck your country, Limey. Fuck your country.
Could load up the other one. Hang on.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers and one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen. Hold my drink, bitch. Man. I'm Rick James, bitch. Enjoy yourself.
Classic. I'll probably get claimed for that, so enjoy while it's here.
While it lasts.
While it lasts, yeah. Jonathan Frost says, have they already talked about the new Star Trek movie on Paramount? Yeah, everybody who has seen Section 31 is like, oh, this is absolutely the rock bottom crap. So
she murders her family in the first 10 minutes. Why do people not like this character? I have no idea. She eats fucking eyeballs. Come on.
You know, I gotta say this, all right? It's like, I've never really considered Michelle Yeoh to be a really great actress of any stripe. I mean, yeah, she was in a lot of martial arts films and stuff like that back in Hong Kong, and she was a big Hong Kong star, but you know, I never really considered her performances to be that great, you know, and maybe it's just the language barrier or just the method that she uses or something, but it's just, I don't know why that they keep pushing her star power as much as they are. I mean, you got other guys who came out of Hong Kong who are way better, like Chow Yun-fat was awesome, and then he just kind of like fell off the map for some reason.
I think because, well, China.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, you know, they already have like Jackie Chan.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but Jackie Chan's not going to win Oscars. So
no. Chow Yun-fat could have won Oscars with his looks and his range. He could have done it, but they just haven't let him do anything.
And Jet Li, I have no idea what happened to him, but like he just fucking aged overnight. It was crazy.
Yeah. He looked horrible last time I saw him. And supposedly he's got some kind of a disease that makes him premature like that.
Yeah, he wasn't even in Expendables 4, I think.
No, he wasn't.
That's just that Asian genetics. Like it's like the pop-up timer. Like, oh, tomorrow you're old.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because I have a half Taiwanese friend who, yeah, he says this, like, yeah, it's like all of a sudden, you know, you hit that one little switch and it's just like, yeah, we just instantly turn old. So. You like Michelle Yeoh because she was valued purely for her athleticism. Michelle Yeoh would. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, yeah. If you ever see
like,
Super Cop,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying she's not good. I'm just saying it's like I don't see how she could carry a show because she kind of can't. Obviously.
well, it's because internationally she is like, she was basically one of the big Hong Kong superstars.
Okay. Well, I mean, we
What
saw
I find
what
weirder is they have the Jamie Lee Curtis cameo at the end, and it's like they're just chasing that Oscar buzz. See, we reunite them.
I don't even know, man. I don't think anybody could take the Oscars seriously anymore because they've been kind of revealed to be what they actually are. And
Yeah.
frankly, I think the only awards that actually matter, and I'm gonna pause before I say this because I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth too far if I'm wrong. But from what I understand, the award that still carries a decent amount of weight in the industry is the BAFTAs because you're not judged on, film of color or anything like that. You're actually judged by your peers as to whether or not your film or your actors and stuff are good. So I don't know. I mean, Grim, what do you think?
I've never paid much attention to awards because they never go to things that I think should have awards.
Fair enough.
On the rare occasions, I'm wrong and they do give something decent an award. Yay! But it's not most of the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just don't. I don't want to see programming all become like current year Doctor Who.
Well, I think there is one award show we can all support: the AVNs.
Oh yeah. I mean, let's face it.
I mean, I think best lesbian sex scene is an award we can all get behind.
Yes, definitely behind, on top of, under. Yeah,
Is that fan or peer voted?
Yeah.
I think it's peers, if I remember right. Just know it's in Vegas.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see. We're almost to the end of the time. We got time for a Kyle video.
Sure.
Want to do one? All right. This one we can hit pretty quick. I think it's a short one.
Dragon Age flop stock plunge EA.
There we go. Yeah. The Dragon Age did not do as well as it was supposed to. It was like 1.5 million less than what they were expecting, and I'm like, you're surprised? You're surprised, really, with what you turned in. You're surprised.
Turns out maybe listening to the customers would be the core customer base is probably a good idea to do. I don't know why this is so controversial.
I mean, like taking a very dark fantasy series and then just turning it into Baldur's Gate Light.
Yeah, well, not even Baldur's Gate Light. It's more or less like slice of life, pretty much.
Oh yeah, lame.
My review for the game: not gay enough.
Oh,
not gay enough.
Ubisoft need depression spray.
What? Wait, what? J&J's ketamine-derived nasal spray approved by FDA. Okay.
But yeah, microdosing ketamine can help some people with depression.
Okay, well, so how many cases of this?
Same with psilocybin, actually.
So how many cases of this shit you want me to send to you when it comes out?
Don't. I've already had the police around a couple of times when I've imported things. So.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What did they think you were smuggling in?
Weapons and quasi-legal drugs.
Wow. Grim, don't ever say anything. I noticed that your internet presence has kind of shrunk a little bit too. Are you kind of afraid to say stuff on the net now?
No. That's massively overblown. But yeah, I just don't need the pigs knocking on the door again unless it's a wellness check. Then it's fine.
Okay.
Depression spray, Ninja Gaiden, breast reduction.
Yeah. Okay, so the latest Ninja Gaiden game that's coming out, yeah, they shrank Ayame's boobies.
I thought that was just a rumor.
I thought
Apparently
it was just a
not. I mean, if
filter.
that's a side by side comparison there.
Well, from what I'm seeing there, it almost looks like it's just they changed the filter of the engine.
It could be, but I don't know. The picture on the left definitely seems to have better muscle tone and breastises.
Yeah, by like a centimeter or something.
She is a ninja.
Yeah. Savo says that microdosing ketamine can get me through an insurance seminar. Okay. Harmony came into boobies.
She is a ninja, so it's just her excess boobage is in stealth. That's what it is.
Okay, yeah, it's hard to maintain that size when you're working out and doing backflips and burning all those calories, I guess.
But
Drink more beer.
At the same time, they act like a natural weapon. You just smack someone in the face, they'll pass out.
No. It's like I tell. No, it's like I keep telling people. It's like if you really want to stop a guy, just show him your boobs, because it's like our brain resets when we see those. It's like, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was doing.
It
We're
was
not
the breast
complaining,
of
we're
times.
riffing.
And they're complaining about half cup size reduction. Well, damn it, that's too much. That's a half a cup too much.
Yeah, I heard a crazy story that they didn't even show this character in the Xbox version of the trailer, but they allowed it on PlayStation's showing of the trailer.
Oh wow.
Anything more than a handful's a waste.
I mean, to a certain extent, I mean, there is, like Lolo Ferrati level is like, that's too much, but
Silence purpose.
ECMO.
Who?
You.
Genital suction. Reddit insulate.
No. Reddit has finally become nearly unusable due to this latest tantrum. I cannot go to any subreddit, no matter how niche, no matter how far removed from politics, without getting spammed with blue sky or general leftist propaganda now. It's completely inescapable. Every subreddit has been astroturfed to the extreme. I've never seen such a collective and controlled effort to take over a website completely. I could go to the most unpopular niche, way out there subreddit, and top post with 300k updates will be, "We are banning X." Okay.
Or maybe Musk is just really unpopular right now.
Yeah, Reddit's been gone for a while. I don't even use it because the mods are just so power hungry, and it's not even just the politics. It's just they ego trip about everything.
I just get on there for the chicks with feet. So.
Echo chamber. Different opinion equals danger. Downgrade flatten.
Oh, so let's see. Propose we all just start adding pronoun options to all our games to just annoy these guys. Game has character selector, pronoun options. Flight simulator, pronoun options. Abstract puzzle game, pronoun options. Okay.
Think approved. Scared of real women, so bye.
Okay. The picture on the right is from the upcoming... This makes me so mad. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which I've been paid for almost 7 years now, waiting on it to get released, and it looks like...
Aren't you glad you pre-ordered it?
I'm so happy I paid $75 fucking dollars for the thing, and it's still not out.
T-shirt, you didn't pay $75. Adjust for inflation, and that's how much you really paid.
Well, it was 75 like 7 years ago. I guess now they'd be charging close to 100, right?
Yeah, it'd be more like about let's see, 75. We're talking probably more like $83, $85.
And everything about that game looks like ass.
Just ignore it and look to the left until your Tinky Winky feels la la.
It's cool because it's fire with a P.
Body type 2, GDC scream 41%.
Whoa. What was this?
Scream 41.
State of the game industry. GDC survey, 41% of devs affected by layoffs in 2024. Yeah, and look at the shit that they were putting out in 2024. Yeah. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. You know, if you don't want to get laid off, make a fucking game that's good, dude. That simple. I mean, it's really not hard. It's not rocket science. It's not astrophysic, calculation. It's just make a game people want to play. Don't make a game that is about you and your personal politics. Step outside of your little fucking comfort zone shell and make something good.
Now the thing is right. Like all the pronoun stuff. If you want to put that into your little game that you and like your 5 friends put together, that's fine. Go ahead. You're doing it. You're doing it at a lower scale. You're not playing with $100 million of company investor money that's going to want a return on that.
I have a great idea. Here's my great idea. First, make the game awesome with titties and guns and all the other cool stuff that everybody wants to see, and then release a DLC package for an additional price. And this is companies love to do this, which makes everything more DEI, like it makes, it changes characters, races, colors, and pronouns and genders and everything else. And there you go. It's perfect. Everybody is happy instead of doing it the other way. Just,
DEI edition.
Yeah, DEI edition. Just the DEI DLC. It's like this for all the other people who want to play. There you go.
That would be a
Everybody's
great
happy.
troll to do in the game, or maybe even like tabletop April Fool's Day. Just release the DEI edition.
Yeah,
rule set.
I mean, yeah, seriously, we should do that. Grim is just like release the DEI supplement. But
If you're a minority and you're a man that identifies as a woman, you get a plus 4 to your AC, and you crit on a 15.
What this is like, right, is if you took Wizards' budget for D&D, right, and you scoop it up out of Hasbro and Wizards, and you take it across to itch.io, and you find some weird, obscure story game by some complete autist that has, some really, really over-the-top special interest, and you give them all of Wizards' money, and then expect them to make something that outsells D&D. Let's try it.
Let's try it.
That will work, sadly.
Yes, it will.
1% DEI money wasted not spent.
Since our founding, Lockheed Martin's mission has been to design and deliver superior weapon systems, security solutions to American. Yes, I remember Lockheed Martin made some really good bombs.
Surely their mission is to deliver superior weapon systems to America's enemies. Not American and Allied forces. Though, as a
the only diversity they should be caring about is like the only diversity they should be caring about is like the diversity of payloads.
Yeah, I mean, just weld a pair of titties on your next missile and you're good.
We delivered a bomb to ourselves. This was the last thing we wanted to do.
Yeah, good point. So yeah, and again, we're not a political channel. This isn't really a political thing, but this was something that happened, and it is kind of politic related because yes, our president removed all the DEI funding and everything else, and so now all these companies are scrambling. Which I don't know. I almost kind of feel like saying the world is healing, but
I do worry that some babies may well be being expelled in the bathwater here.
I kind of wonder about that too. I mean, but it's like I've said it more than once. It's like you can't really judge a president until they've been out of office for 10 years to see what effect they really had on everything. So we'll see. So it's very difficult to make something woke and good. It is possible, though, just extremely rare. Examples: Blue-Eyed Samurai, maybe. Okay, maybe.
First season of Arcane.
Yeah. Can they make autist special focus payloads? No, that would hit me.
Well,
no, autist special forces.
Oh no.
That's why we're getting all the shit posters to weaponize that autism.
There you go.
No, but the thing is, right, all these video game cancellations we're seeing across the industry. You look at Sony and what they've just had to do this past week. They just had to cancel like two big games. There was a God of War game, and there was, I believe, a Spider-Man game.
Horizon.
Yes, that was it.
Horizon.
Yep.
These were games. These were live service games they were trying to put out onto the market because they had this mindset of we're going to put out like a dozen of these, and there's people whose basically entire careers would have been this one project that's now been completely scrapped. All the tens of millions of dollars that got spent on and wasted on this stuff because they failed to recognize the core audience. The realistic thing of like, hey, there, of all the people on PC right now, and I'll just look at the numbers, there's only about 8 million people right now currently playing on Steam. There's 30 million online, but of those, only about 8 actually.
Meanwhile, Sony throws all the money at Concord, and they also had Slitterhead, which was Akira Yamamoto, and the guy who created Silent Hill made an action horror game, and it has the budget of probably Concord's meal.
Oh yeah,
cafeteria.
I have that on my PC right now. I'm just not sure if it's safe to stream on YouTube, so I might be moving that one to Kick. But I do have it, and I do want to play it. It looks really gory.
Yeah, it's basic brawler. It's a brawler game where you're switching between bodies because you possess people, and blood forms out into weapons. It's kind of jank because of its low budget, but I enjoyed it a lot.
I heard a lot of people have, but anyway, look, this Bandai Namco has canceled the whole franchise of Unknown Nine Awakening after it has already failed.
Yeah, they were going to do like a cinematic universe thing with this series, and it didn't even get off the ground in the first one. They had like 5 games planned.
You know what you call this?
Killed it. Failure
it's the
to launch.
Dork universe.
The Dork universe.
There you go.
9 layoffs, a sweet baby. Hold my Concord for a new fat lady.
What? Oh, no.
My Concord for a new.
Oh yeah, they added they added Biggs into Biggs from Final Fantasy VII into.
I don't know why you're so upset. We're getting sumo wrestlers.
Okay. No.
Well, not only that. Did you hear about how at the Xbox showcase the Assassin's Creed kept like bugging out and during the presentation?
Wow. No, I did not. But Shohei Kondo just released a new video about Assassin's Creed and how much the Japanese hate it. So I'm gonna go over there and check that out as soon as this is done, because he just released it like just before the stream started. I was like, oh shit, I missed this. So, but he's the guy I always watch for everything that's like Japanese and what the Japanese reaction is to any of this stuff.
All I'll say is, have you ever seen Perfect Blue?
Oh no.
That's who this character reminds me of, Rumi.
Yeah, if her eyes were like going in 2 different directions, that would really kind of sink it, wouldn't it?
Is that the kid from Up?
No, it's Biggs from Final Fantasy VII.
Fat lady, flat gay vest.
Yep, flat K vest and gay samurai, gay black samurai.
Why is it always the freaking like Rambo haircut?
I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, that the funny thing is somebody released a patch that fixed her face to look more like the actress, and everybody likes that. So, but I mean, yeah, look at all these different photos of that character, and it's like not a single one is good. How do you manage that?
It's intentional. They did it intentionally.
Gotta be. I mean, the original actress is probably looking at this going, I'm horrified. But
we've seen some games go, and we've seen some notes from developers kind of leak out that showed that they do intentionally try to de-emphasize the female characters because they want to try to appeal to they use some language like the atypical or non. Basically, they wanted to try to
they
want to avoid the male gaze.
Weird people on Twitter.
They're trying to uglify the chicks so that we don't get fappy. Okay, got it.
Here's the thing. The way you fix it is you just tell these people is we're making this for the lesbian gays. There you go. Problem solved.
There you go.
They don't want to say that though. And they want to like sucker people to give them regular money. Like, yeah, the smart thing would be to like divide the market like the Japanese does with manga genres. But like they know that everything has to be for everyone, and then it's for no one.
And Calstaff, I'm going to say, after having spoken to more than one woman, including Ginger, even the women don't want to play ugly women.
No,
they don't.
I think maybe with the hair, they're trying to go for that 70s look to make it fit with Star Wars. But
yeah,
that's for a decade that time forgot.
Well, yeah, I get that with the hair, but the face is like, it looks like deformed.
She looks like she got burned, and this is what happened after the plastic surgery. Didn't quite form the lips back.
And if you want 70s look, just look up when they did the gender change filter on Luke Skywalker. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I remember that.
When am I getting her X-Wing?
A generate less profit than propane.
Microsoft. The girls edited out of the Microsoft version. Yeah, this is the one you were just talking about.
Yeah, they literally like had to cut like the women out because they're not censored enough.
Microsoft too gay for girls, and that's how pretty dress nigga give us a twirl.
All right, guys. So that is from Kyle. Go check out his YouTube channel. He's really funny, and he's a much, much bigger YouTuber than me. So why am I shilling for a bigger YouTuber? Well, because I like the dude, and, I'm not afraid to go and shill for somebody I like. He deserves some credit, too. And if you do go subscribe to his channel, just tell him, hey, man, T-shirt had sent me. So, because I'd sure like to collaborate with the guy someday, because he's funny as hell. I've been up on his... I haven't ever been on a panel with him or anything, but I've been up, in his audience when he's live casting and stuff like that.
He's liked some of my tweets on my former account.
Savo says, it is nearly impossible to advocate for more attractive characters as a woman in polite company. The statement is guaranteed to be interpreted badly. And yet, Savo, I'm going to say, and this is a compliment, your artwork shows a woman who is not, who's kind of goofy in an attractive way. I mean, she's just kind of got that very typical kind of cutesy, goofy look, and it's still attractive in a way because it's still kind of like, this is somebody you could kind of hang out with, and she'd be goofy and fun, and she'd be all right to hang around with. So your characters don't necessarily have to be conventionally attractive as long as they have something that kind of attracts you to them. By looks and personality as much as anything else. They don't necessarily have to be all like super duper stunning models, like Ivy from Soul Calibur, but
appealing. I think that's the word we're looking for. Appealing.
Yes,
There's
appealing.
something enjoyable about looking at them. Like Azumanga Daioh, none of those characters are hypersexualized, but they're still really popular, especially Osaka. And she's supposed to be super plain because the characters were designed well.
Yeah, I never thought of Frieren as being particularly hot in any way, shape, or form in the anime, but she's such a well-written character that it's kind of like you can't help but kind of like her. So, there's something to be said about, having some personality appeal too, beyond just looks. But let's face it. I mean, if Frieren looked like, like a 300-pound whale with, I'm not sure I would be that tuned into the show.
Well, I studied for animation in college. I know, waste of time, but a big thing that we was talked about is that the look and color scheme of the character tells the audience about them.
Yeah.
It's communicating things visually. And these people are basically communicating nothing other than don't sexualize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why the Hulk is green is because it's kind of seen as a more villainous color.
Realism in video in appearance is not a consideration in video games for me. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's plenty of people who just hit the randomize setting.
That's another problem with like modern gaming is the hyper focus on hyper realism.
And yet they forget other things intentionally, like in Dragon Age Veilguard, it was not possible to make a female with a cup size that was any bigger than like A's, maybe B's, and a butt size that was much bigger than that. So they wrote women out of their story, or they defeated the ability for somebody to build a female character with anything resembling a slightly larger female body of any kind, while trying to push all these, transgender narratives and non-binary narratives. So
Just
I don't know.
let us do anything like Saints Row used to, and
Yeah.
let it all hang out. But I think Shinotsky hit on something there. Yeah, these bad characters, they're just not communicating anything with their design.
Yes, I think you're right. I absolutely
Yeah,
do.
like what's the case in point with it, for example, because Marvel Rivals is a big one. Squirrel Girl is an extremely unpopular character in a lot of her latest iterations because if you look at her, she looks like complete utter ass.
Yes.
Marvel Rivals has actually made her popular. I've actually seen cosplay of Squirrel Girl, which I never thought I'd ever see.
And that's never been a character I've thought of as attractive in any case. But yeah, once that other artist started bringing out her stuff, I was like, oh, no.
Well, another character from the game that has been able to finally catch on after so long that they've been trying is Jeff the Shark. It's like Marvel Rivals managed to make the character work in just the right way, that he's actually managed to gain some traction and popularity. Whereas
he's a
before
meme
this,
now.
they've been really trying it for like 5-10 years with the character throughout the comics, and it did okay, but it never really did.
Okay, look. I'm going to say this, and this is probably controversial. It may even be wrong, but Jeff the Shark is kind of coasting on King Shark's popularity from the second Suicide Squad movie.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. And it certainly helps now, but it just came in at the right way. They managed to market the character in the right way.
Yes, they did.
He's a cute dog shark.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, he looks cute. He looks funny. So, there. Well, anyway, guys, we're almost at the hour and 30-minute mark, so I'd like to go ahead and close things down if you guys are willing to. Unless you have something extra.
Sure.
All right.
Oh, no, I'm good. Just feeling a little stiff.
Okay. Well, you can go rub one out, when we get off camera.
Why
not
can't
that
Wizards
kind
of
of
the Coast burn down? Yeah, my state's burning down. Why couldn't Wizards burn down with it?
The fire's still going?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. 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 It's still going. I mean, San Diego started up, a couple days ago?
There was a couple in San Diego, but a couple in Ventura. Obviously not nearly as big as the Los Angeles ones. And I forget the latest on it, but yeah, and more keep starting because the winds keep picking back up and homeless camps and who knows what else is causing them.
Well, stay safe, man.
Stay safe, yeah.
I mean, if everything goes bad and you absolutely need a place to couch or crash, I got a couch over here, and you can come to Texas and you can experience living the real way. But,
at least you guys got good steaks.
Hell yeah, we do. We got enough meat to last you, a good year or so easily. But anyway, that's what we got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know what's going on tomorrow, so there's that. But otherwise, catch us on Tuesday for Tuesday with Geeks, and hopefully we won't have any catastrophic failures and difficulties that stop us from being able to broadcast on Tuesday.
I'm running a Machinations one-shot tomorrow. As a demo for some people, but there's extra space as per normal if anyone wants to join.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. All right. Well, everybody out there in YouTube land, y'all take care, and we will see you later.
On behalf of the staff of the Independent California Motel, I wish you all sweet dreams.